So first, I want to start by saying that Harbor Me is an amazing novel. It really felt like we were in the book each time that we read it. I thought that it was a really important book that we have read because it really teaches us that maybe talking to people we don't know, it might be scary at the beginning, but once you get used to it, it will become a habit that you get used to every day. And in the end of the book, when each of them moved on, it really made me kind of sad because I really liked reading that they were together and that they could talk to each other about anything. That I thought it was really important that at such a young age they were talking about really important things in life. Like they were talking about racism, and they were talking about a lot of many important topics that only adults talk about. And I really thought that it was a really like a book that maybe a mature child or kid can read. Like, for example, if you're like a seventh grader can read it or an eighth grader can read it, because they will be mature and they will understand. I really liked that it took place now in the present because it made us, like, in a sort of way, kind of relate to what they were going through. I honestly wouldn't change a thing about the book, but in some aspects, I kind of would change on how the author, she put the dialogue in italics and not in quotation marks, or like she didn't do anything else but just italics. And I honestly thought that she should have put them in quotation marks because even as they were thinking, she put it in italics, and I honestly think that if she put the dialogue in quotation marks, that it would have been a lot easier to read because then you wouldn't get confused in a way. And it was a great book. It really was a great book. I honestly recommend any child or kid, well, a mature kid, to read it. It's it's a book that a very mature kid should read. It makes you realize that some kids go through some bad things, and some kids, because of their race, don't get treated well. And they do go in the book, they do get bullied, but it's not about that. It's about being together.